Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and indeed, we're talking about love and jealousy. We're asking, what has love got to do with jealousy? Really, we hear things like, "Oh, there's a beautiful side of love, and there's a toxic side of love." I don't know how true that is. Callers earlier, Austin said that, "Oh, jealousy and love go hand in hand. That for him, there's no love without jealousy." His proof for him, jealousy is more love is more of a jealousy is a proof of love for him than a lack of trust. And I took some of your comments too, and some of you had other things to say that it's a lack of trust to be jealous, of your partner. The lack of trust to show forth extreme jealousy, or not even extreme, even a tad bit of it and all. But we are asking today, does love and jealousy coexist? When you see somebody, a partner who claims to love you and they are jealous, do you feel like it's okay? And when you have a partner or somebody, a love interest that doesn't seem to be jealous when you are even doing your small test, your I want to test if they love me or they don't love me, and they don't seem to be jealous. Are you okay with that or not? Let's hear your thoughts on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Calling on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. Do you have a possessive partner? I want to hear your story on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. As always, I have a special guest with me in the studio. Super excited to be having this very special guest, a prolific Nigerian writer, a multilingual writer, a prolific Nigerian author. I forgot his author I wanted to say. A multilingual writer, somebody who is pursuing a master's in the Islamic University of Minnesota, and he is bringing over a decade, over 10 years of literary expertise. He was nominated for Young Writers and Creatives Award and the Nigerian prizes for literature. My guest also is a published author and an entrepreneur, somebody who is the founder of the Nigerian Writers and Muslim Readers, and a dedicated public speaker. He's written books like Honeyed Butterflies, and his most recent book, Everything We Love Goes Away. When I saw that title, I was kind of like, wow, I'm really curious about what this book. It's so scary, it's catchy, it's everything. Everything we love goes away. Wow. Are you telling us not to love anymore? Anyway, we'll find out more about this book later on the show. Today I have with me a special guest, a very, very special one, Akobi Taufiki. Taufiki, I mean, it's Taufik.
It's Taufik.
Good to have you on the show, Taufik.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Which one is the first name? Which one is the last name? Is it Akobi or Taufik?
Taufik is my name, but I love to be called, people call me Akombi and I love it.
Why? Because you are the Akombi.
Akombi is my surname, is my last name.
Okay, I mean in terms of the meaning.
Yeah.
Akombi is like the firstborn, right?
No, Akombi means somebody who is intentionally giving birth to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we want to give birth to this one specifically. Like, we're intentional about his birth.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, so
no wonder you want to be called that. All right. So yeah, I know you're reading a book on love and all the emotions that revolve around love, and I thought, wow, jealousy is also one of those emotions. Why not we talk about it and hear from an author, somebody who is big on this thing called love. So good to have you in the studio. I can't wait to explore these deep waters with you.
It's a pleasure to be here and to explore the waters as well.
All right. So jealousy, really, from your perspective, for somebody who is aware of what love is what does jealousy look like? And is it a proof of love or a lack of trust?
For me, I think love and jealousy should not be in the same room. On the contrary, people say if you're not jealous, you're not in love. I think people should discard that belief system.
Why?
Because love is a very beautiful feeling. It's a priceless feeling. It's something that is very, very precious, and not everyone will get to experience love, like absolute love. I mean, love.
You sound like love. You've experienced it. It even makes you blush so much.
Yeah, love is a beautiful feeling.
Oh.
And it's so sad that not everyone would have the taste of.
What do you mean by not everyone? Are you cursing us?
No, it's rare. Something that is precious is not for everyone. I believe it's just some are just blessed to have a taste of it before leaving this world. So it's
Wow.
something people should like look forward to. So yeah, love is a beautiful thing,
Mm-hmm.
and jealousy on the other side, it's not so beautiful. It's a feeling of resentment. It's a feeling of hurt. It's a feeling of pain. It shouldn't exist. They should not coexist in the same room.
But I feel like jealousy comes as a result of the fact that you love this person so much and you want to like possess them. Not possess them, but you just want to have them to yourself. You want to be selfish about them. And that is why it comes off as jealousy.
I like the fact that you said selfish about them.
Mm-hmm.
If it could have been beautiful if the perception of love on a global scale, like on the present reality that we live in, people perceive love and the way they approach love is a selfish approach. And for me, love is selflessness. That's the way I see love. That's the way I define love.
Mm-hmm.
Love is selflessness. So it's the ability to love this person, to be happy for them, to be happy that they are happy,
Mm-hmm.
to be selfless to that point that what makes him happy makes me happy. What makes her happy makes me
So
happy.
even if what makes her happy is her having a bestie friend that they are always together 24/7 and you are the boo.
No, we are humans. That's not realistic. That cannot be love.
Really?
Yeah,
That
love.
could be you because if you're saying love is allowing, you're saying love is allowing, right?
I'm not saying love is allowing. I'm saying love is selfless, and at the same time, love is respect. Love has to be mutual respect. If there is no mutual respect in a relationship, I mean, discard that. That's not love.
Okay, so what does jealousy typically look like then? We want to see from your perspective. I know you said resentment. If you can give us some real life scenarios of what jealousy could feel like or look like, you know.
Jealousy is it sprouts out from comparison. The fact that okay, this person or something that you possess that's supposed to be yours,
Mm-hmm.
you're now insecure about it that probably somebody else wants to have it, so somebody else is taking it away from you. So being insecure about that is what jealousy is.
Mm.
And I think it's the absence of adequate trust. If there's adequate trust on ground, you wouldn't have to doubt that. You wouldn't have to be insecure about that. You'd be understanding.
Hmm. Interesting. But have you heard situations where some people, I've heard situations when they say some people do not get jealous. Is it possible to be in love and not even feel a tad bit of jealousy sometimes?
It is possible, and that's what I'm saying. If it's utmost love and utmost respect, you won't feel jealous. Jealousy is a feeling, and it is real, and it exists with certain relationships. It exists. It's real. It exists 100% of the time, or let me
Mm-hmm.
say 90% of the time, and that's why I say like real love is priceless, and it's not to be seen everywhere.
Thankfully, you have been in love, and you sound like somebody who is even currently in love.
Who told you that?
I don't know. You're just radiating that love. So if you've experienced love or you've been in love before, have you ever caught yourself, being jealous, and then you had to stop yourself right in the act and say, "Oh, this is more of jealousy than love."
Sure, sure. Sometimes we have certain feelings and we don't acknowledge it. So it takes another level of perception or reflection rather for you to know that okay, this is what it is. Okay, I'm actually jealous. This act came out of jealousy. So for you to just stop yourself and be like, no, this should not be. So it takes courage to do that. And me talking about love in this manner, it's because it might not be from completely from experiences, but for the fact that I've been writing about love for a very long time.
Hmm.
So it's from that long time of experience. In fact, some of my friends call me Shakespeare because they feel I only write about love, which is not true. I write about death, I write about heartbreaks. In fact, my recent publication is more about heartbreaks than love.
It's still love because the heartbreak comes from love, literally. Anyways, we're gonna get right into it because I want to explore some of the this insecurity or fear that might come as a result of you being in love with somebody, and what are some of the red flags that indicates that the jealousy is toxic. I want to know if there is a healthy form of jealousy or not. But before we continue, this is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and you can join the conversation. I want to hear your love stories. I want to hear your jealousy stories or jealous love stories by calling in on 0705 993 6937, 0705 993 7937. I still have with me Akobi Taufik, a Nigerian author and writer, Shakespeare, aka Shakespeare, the one who writes about love and more. So if you have thoughts and questions and opinions, please do well to call. Let's take a caller before we continue the show. Hello. Hello. Hola. All right, I'd lose that call. I didn't hear anything. Please do well to call back. The number to call is 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. We're asking, what has love got to do with jealousy? Love and jealousy, are they interconnected? Is there something that binds them together? Please do well to join the conversation. Now, healthy, is that some form of healthy jealousy and unhealthy jealousy? Okay.
Yeah. All right, proceed.
I know your stance have been that jealousy and love are not in the same sentence, but I feel like it's creeps in at some point, right?
Yeah.
So when is it healthy and when is it toxic?
I like the fact that you said it creeps in at some point, because like I said, jealousy is not a recipe for love. It's not a part of love, but sometimes in certain situations and certain realities that we've seen, it happens, and that's, I feel like it's a flaw, and it's further talks about our limitations as human. So yes, once you have anything that comes in excess is bad, regardless of what it is. Once there's too much of it, it turns bad. So jealousy in its form is bad. So when you have excess of it, it's very, very toxic, and it should be avoided by all costs.
But the little story I told you backstage about, a guy getting jealous over me because of that. But we can't help but feel that goodness. There's that cuteness that, oh wow, I can make this person feel this way, or is this how they feel? You don't feel like jealousy kind of like reveals the extent of or the depth of the love?
I am in love with this person. I know this person in and out. I trust this person. There's no reason for me to doubt, to be insecure about anything that comes. I understand that this person is with me, come what may. The reason I'll be jealous is because I'm scared. I'm being threatened by the presence of somebody else in the room that might take my chance, that might replace me. So the presence of that person scare me that much that I become jealous. So that's it.
Interesting. So it's a personal problem. It's not a love problem.
Yeah.
It's a fear, trust, insecure, self-esteem problems, and has to be dealt with personally.
Exactly, because the same scenario, if you were to be somebody that's in the room that is incapable, or I see the person that could be probably beneath me that doesn't possess the same qualities I have, might not be threatened by his presence. I see somebody that I feel like, okay, this is not my babe's spec, might not be threatened by his presence, no matter what he does. Might be like, okay, she's not gonna give a shit about him. So you get that. But then when there's somebody that I feel like, oh, he has probably the same height as I have, he's probably as intelligent as I am. These are the qualities that my people love, and this person is here. This is a trait. You get. So that's not right. You shouldn't be jealous. If you truly love someone, and I believe love is selflessness and trust. So genuine trust. If you trust someone genuinely, there's no reason to be jealous.
Okay, so how can you deal with now that you helped us realize that jealousy can be your problem? So sometimes it's not about the person, it's just you feeling insecure. Even though sometimes clearly, I don't want to feel like I'm going back, but sometimes clearly the person involved might also not be the one in love also in that situation. So this is you now looking at it from this perspective and saying, oh, okay, this person is not in love and I'm so jealous at how they don't love me and I love them. I don't know how, if you get what I mean.
I think in all forms, communication is key to be open about certain things, to have certain open conversation about it. And sometimes it might lead to you having to go to therapy sessions for it. It's something you have to heal from. It's a dilemma. It's a disease.
Wow, you make it sound so bad that I feel like we have now embraced such toxicity.
It's because true love is not everywhere. It's not everywhere to see. That's why. That's why jealousy is incorporated into love, and we see it as normal. It's not normal. It's not. No matter how minute it is. But then probably the very, very subtle form of jealousy might be beautiful. That you know that it would never lead to something else. But then like jealousy, if it stays there for a long time, it's gonna compound and build into something else. It might lead to the person holding grudges with our partner or spouse, and it's not a good thing.
Interesting. And it never gets better actually with
Yeah, it gets
jealousy.
worse.
It just gets
Most
worse.
especially if the person doesn't communicate about it, you just hold it in and be like, okay, I've seen one, I've seen two, I've seen three. You start holding on to evidences to use against your partner when a conversation comes up, instead of you to talk about it and say to them, okay, I don't like the way you mingle or you talk to this certain person. I feel insecure about it. It's jealousy. It's not okay. But then talking about it sometimes might kind of lessen the burden.
Yeah, rather than just say I'll do my own, and you people are not doing jealousy,
Exactly.
the game of jealousy.
And the love is fading away at what cost?
That's really, really deep. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Let's take another caller. Hello. Hello. Oh my God, what's going on with the call today? Guys, I'd really love to hear your thoughts. I have the love doctor, oh, not the love doctor. I have Taufik Akombi in the studio, and he's telling us about jealousy and love. And I'm sure you guys sometimes might have contrasting opinions or even the same opinions. So let's talk about this now. Ask your questions. Let me know your thoughts. I'm picking up your calls, but I can't seem to hear you, or is it network? And I know that rain is not falling. So what's the problem? Guys, calling on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I'll take another call. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening, a lady. Thanks for calling. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Munira, calling from Ogun State.
Okay, Munira from Ogun State. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice conversation.
I didn't get that.
I'm trying to complete the conversation.
Okay, please go ahead.
All right, so I've been listening, and I know a lot of people try to view jealousy as a negative emotion, but sometimes we can actually link it to love. For me, I think that when you express jealousy in an excessive way, then it harms your relationship.
Hey, wait. Is that not some toxic traits right there?
No.
So when you said when your first jealousy manifests, that means it has now become a relationship, right? Is that what you said? Okay, what did you say? I'm sorry, I heard wrongly. What did you say?
I just say that we all view jealousy to be a negative emotion, right? But sometimes we can actually link it to the love.
Okay.
But when it is harmful when you express an excessive form of jealousy with your partner or something, like you're being jealous of everything, then that's harmful. You can be jealous over, okay, let's say for instance, you're out with your guy and okay, maybe we're working and your guy is trying to compliment another woman and you be like, I don't know, I'm behind it. Like, that doesn't mean you are jealous in a bad way. You're just trying to, draw your partner's attention to you. Say, how will you be complimenting another person when I'm here? It's just very in a playful way.
Yes.
But when you're doing it on the phone, you're always nagging about things, jealous about this or that and that. I think that's harmful.
Okay, when you're okay.
Jealousy is not that bad, bad.
It's not. Yeah. It's not that deep, Abby.
It's not that deep.
But from a lady's perspective, from your perspective as a woman, do you like to see your man jealous? Like when maybe somebody is trying to hit on you and stuff. Do you like the feeling of he's jealous or he's going the extra mile to actually just show something?
Yes, maybe once in a while.
Of course, ladies will love that because men
We
are
love
beautiful.
it. So, but when does it become worse? Like you said, okay, I think you mentioned that already. It's when it's doing it to when it's overdoing it, right? When it
Yes,
becomes,
yes, yes.
terrible. All right, Minira, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling. What are your thoughts on? I know you have a lot to say about what she just said.
Yeah, I mean the instance she gave us is evidence that that's a complete disrespect. It's utmost
What
disrespect.
is
For my
okay?
spouse to be beside me and I'm complimenting another lady,
Mm. What if
especially
the other
in
lady looks good and smells good?
for me it's a disrespect for her to be there and I'm doing that. I don't respect her
Even
whatever.
if it is true.
Regardless, that's disrespectful
Why?
for me. I feel like
Why is it disrespectful?
it is disrespectful because I have the most beautiful person beside me. I don't care about who else is in the room.
Oh,
What kind of
love
beauty would you
wanting to
possess? What kind of
love.
beauty would you possess? I can't see the beauty. This is beauty beside me.
Hey, God, this thing called love is
So
sitting me. Oh.
that's love. That's respect, utmost respect. And when it is there is no room for jealousy to happen. No.
Yes.
And
So,
and you talking about it being subtle, that the little ones you have, once you allow it, it give you the breathing space. If you allow a weed to grow, it's gonna take up the whole space. So it's a weed. It's something that's not wanted. So once it surfaces, it is real. It is a real emotion. I'm not
no matter how
conflicting that.
subtle.
Yeah, it happens. It happens because we're humans. It's a real emotion. We can feel it. But then when you feel it, communicate it and find a way to resolve it. It's something. It's a malady that should be treated, not something that should be as part of our normal life and we should it's
Or
not love.
encouraged.
No, it should not be encouraged. And it's not love. It's never part of love.
It is toxic.
Yes. And should be avoided by all costs.
Can jealousy be a form of emotional abuse?
It could be from so many different reasons. It could be because of self-esteem. It could be for many, many reasons. So that too, yeah.
Interesting. And before you even give us some tips on how to handle our own personal issues in terms of jealousy so that we don't project, it on other people, how do you think social media also helps with exaggerating or aggravating the feelings of jealousy?
I think social media influenced quite everything in this present era. And it's internet is taking over the world and it's almost seemed like it's been here forever, like since forever, and it's just about 33 years ago. Internet hasn't been here for that long. But the reality is this is our reality. This is where we live now, and everything is on social media, and almost every decision that is put to place is influenced by it.
So how do you think that, I know that what you're saying in essence is that of course social media has a part to play in jealousy and all, but we're asking how, how far can it get, or how bad can it get, and how can we just, curb it nicely so that it doesn't really influence our, or the jealousy that we feel, or our ability to be jealous.
It's to work on yourself individually. Everyone should work on themselves to fight. Like I said, it's not a good feeling to be jealous.
But your gender is always that gender that is jealous now. Any small thing, you people would know how to dish out things that you cannot handle.
That's
Any,
that's an accusation.
that's it's not your gender. Your gender is, if we're picking genders that are more jealous, it's your gender.
I think it's true, but at the same time, that doesn't make it right. The existence of it doesn't make it right. It is real, it exists, but it should be tackled.
Okay, so how can we tackle this personally? Do you have like personal tips for us? One or two tips for somebody who is a jealous partner, or who finds that they are always, picky and jealous about somebody they're in a relationship with, or they want to set boundaries for them and stuff like that. What would you advise?
I think number one thing is to go back to the root cause. And that is because jealousy sprouts from comparison. You're comparing yourself to that other person that's in the room. And the reason why you have this person in your corner, why this person loves you. And I think it's also crucial if you're in a relationship with someone, you should always remind them of the reason, of maybe not the reasons, but then certain things or qualities that they possess that you love about them. You should do that often. Don't tell them often that I love this about you. I love the way you speak. I love the way you smell sometimes. Remind them often of those things. So they would know that, because sometimes when you're truly in love and they ask you why you're in love with this person, you can't tell the exact reason. Do you know why?
Why?
Because there are so many reasons why you love them. It's not just one thing. It's the combination of all these things put together. So once you keep telling them and they know this, once there's somebody else in the room and the person is a little bit taller than I am, I know that she doesn't just love me for my height. So it's okay. You get.
Yes.
So we should work on that aspect. And we should also work on the fact that it's not, I'm not this person. I'm not this. I should not compare myself to this other person. There will always be a better person at certain things I possess. I write, I speak. There could be somebody else who can speak, who is a better orator than I am. There could be somebody else who is a better speaker than I am. There could be somebody else who is a better writer at certain niche of writing, because I write in different forms. Maybe you're better than me in writing poetry. I might be better than you in writing fictional stories. You know, so you can't be entirely better than me in all of those aspects. So once you see somebody else who seem like a threat, probably possess certain qualities, look at the other parts that you feel like, okay, I'm better than you in all of these other things or attributes that I possess.
Interesting. What's a way to actually look at love and jealousy? And one more thing, when jealousy now exists in a relationship or has become the order of the day, does it mean that there is no longer love in it?
It's toxic. It should be avoided. You should exit that relationship if it becomes the order of the day. Or probably seek therapy, find a way to resolve it. If it's something that the person can heal from, if it's not too much, if it's something that there is a remedy for, then fine. If it's not, I mean, I don't think it cannot be in the same room. Love and jealousy, that much jealousy, that magnitude of jealousy in the same room, no. Love, jealousy will take over it, and it will almost seem like love is not in existence. Whereas it's there, but the existence of jealousy makes it seem like love is irrelevant and it's not present, but it is.
That's so interesting. Coming from the love doctor. Yeah, everything.
I think that's a new nickname I got here today.
I know, right? Everything you love goes away. What is that all about? That's your most recent book.
Yes, it is a book I wrote for everyone who is probably going through one thing or the other, mostly heartbreaks it could be from different parts. It might not be solely about, romantic relationships. It could be any loss whatsoever, people going through those pains, to have a sense of belonging, to look at and be like, okay, there's hope, to be like a light or a bulb of hope to keep them going. The rates of suicide in the past 3-4 years is quite alarming. And I believe that's because people do not see people or do not get to read stories that are similar to theirs, and they feel alone in this big and wide world.
Yes.
So this book is more like, I'm here, I'm your partner, I'm here to comfort you, I'm here to tell you that feeling you're having is valid, is real, your story is real, that people who have gone through the same thing. And it's beautiful, like the concept in it, because there are several parts of it that it's not just when you hear this, you assume it's just all sobs and cries. No, there are parts where you laugh, there are parts where will crack you up. Yeah.
I mean, I hear you now. I even understand the name. Everything you love goes away, because at the end of it, everything will actually go away. So whatever you love will go away. But didn't they say love never dies though? So even if it goes away, like the concept, the abstractness of that love still what exists, don't you think so?
These are on two different bases actually, because everything with love goes away is a factual statement, right? But then love in that essence, and that like deep, true love, that like I said,
yes,
it stays. It stays.
Interesting.
But these people who have these feelings, they will definitely go.
Definitely.
Everyone would leave.
And all the emotions and the jealousy, everything will definitely go away.
Everything will go. Everything will go.
But what will be though if everything goes?
God. God.
Akobi Taufik, Nigerian prolific author and writer. Thank you so much for joining us today on Deep Waters.
It's been a pleasure.
For letting us into this, for flowing with us in these deep waters of love today.
It's my pleasure.
It's been an eye-opening session with you and helping us separate love and jealousy, and saying that love and jealousy cannot coexist. Even though in this time and age it feels like love is equal to jealousy or jealousy is equal to love. Thank you so much for opening our eyes to that.
Thank you very much.
To you, my callers and listeners, thank you so much for being a part of the show. I wanted to take more calls from you, but unfortunately, I think the network was not on our side of today. But I would really appreciate for those of you who called. In Austin, I'm sure we finally converted you now, because you started the show by saying that jealousy and love are the same thing. I'm sure that by now, Austin will now be saying, no, love and jealousy are two different things. So hopefully, you can follow us on Instagram at deepwaters_podcast. And also, we're live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 to 6 p.m. On Mondays at 4:30 to 5 p.m. How can people find you, Taufik? And if they want to get your book, how can they find you?
Akombi Taufik on Instagram, on any platforms on social media. My name is Akombi Taufik, and it's easy to get. And my books are on several platforms. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Roving Heights bookstores. You can search for it online. You can go to my page on Instagram. The link is there. You can get the copy of my book. And let's connect. Let's chat.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for listening. And for myself and Taufik, have a good evening. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.